In this video we're going to be talking about journaling for men. 3 ways of journaling which will allow you to have clarity, productivity and creativity. Although we could all do with journaling regardless of our gender. Currently about 6,500 deaths which happened as of the year of 2008 from as far as my research is concerned. And about 3/4 of those are actually from men committing suicide. Regardless of whether you're gender, whether you're male or whether you're female, you can still benefit from this. So I'm going to mention 3 ways here. So without further ado, here we go. But number 1 which I'll mention is the morning pages. Now the morning pages is a journaling method developed by or created by Julia Cameron. You can Google this yourself. And basically what it is that when you wake up first thing in the morning, you want to write down anything that comes up in your mind, and you do this for about 2 to 3 pages, and all it is consciousness writing. So you write down anything and everything that crops up in your mind, and that could be from what happened last night to the person that's really annoyed you to what you ate, anything it can be, and you just literally unfiltered brain dump, and you're writing down absolutely everything that there is to write, 2 to 3 sides. And this is really great way for being able to alleviate a lot of the anxiety, negativity that you're feeling. And what it also does is it not only empties your mind from or reduces these negative emotions and things that are going on in your mind, it helps to then empty it to an extent where it frees up your creative mind. So what you will have is you'll notice throughout the day that you might have these aha moments. Now why is that? Is because you've done that brain dump first thing in the morning, and that's freed up a lot of space for you to be creative. So this is a really good method, and this has helped me so much when it comes to having these ideas and to be able to reduce a lot of the negative emotions that I've been feeling. So give this one a go. The second way of me journaling is called the NLP journaling. Now I learned this about 6.5 years ago. Now I won't take credit for it. It was my trainer at the time, John Seymour, who came up with this idea of NLP journaling. So what I'm going to do is, rather than me explaining it to you, I'm going to show it to you. So I'm just going to take you over to my whiteboard and you'll be able to see how I construct my NLP style of journaling. Okay, so what we have here is NLP journaling. Okay, so I'm going to go into the different points that I cover, the different subheaders that I cover in my journaling. Alright, so the first bit that I do, the first bit I write under is the first header, which is, okay, so that says the best bits in the last 24 hours. So in this, what you want to be doing is you want to be writing down the successes, if you like, the things that happened. That just allows you to boost your confidence and your happiness. So you could write anything like, I don't know, spending, sorry, my writing's really bad. Spending time with family. That's just one. Or maybe that's just one example. Or the one could be, I don't know, for instance, these are all just examples. Reading a book. Okay, so you just write down the things that went on in the last 24 hours. It's almost like a boost for you. It just makes you more happier because you've done certain things that make you happy. And the next thing we want to cover is the second subheading. So you use these subheadings to jolt your thinking in a way that you can write things about these different subheaders. Okay, so the second subheader that you want to include within your journaling is what worked. Okay, so basically what you're doing is you're experimenting, or you're reflecting on the things that have worked for you in the last 24 hours. So just to give you a few examples, you might have a goal where you want to go for a run. All right, so you've realized that a certain part of your strategy that's helped you to run, and that might be putting your clothes on your bed before you go for a morning run, e.g. clothes on bed before run. Or it could be anything that's worked, anything in your strategies that has worked in the last 24 hours that you think, right, I could do more of this. You write that down. The reason why you would want to write that down is because it has made you successful in accomplishing a certain task, goal, or whatever it is. Okay, so it's really important to do that. And also it just is, again, it's just something that you can repeat, a part of your strategy. So if it means, for instance, putting your clothes on the bed before morning run, well, you could be doing that again because that's what's worked for you in order for you to go out for a run. Does that make sense? The third thing that I would include as a subheader in my journaling for this method of NLP journaling is learnings. So what are the things that you've learnt in the last 24 hours? And that could be through a book that you've read, that could be on a seminar that you've attended, it could be from a YouTube video that you watched, anything. You want to include the things that you have learnt. So e.g. YouTube. Okay, so that's just something to bear in mind as a third header. Fourth thing that you could ask yourself as a subheader is, what could I do differently? So for instance, if you've got a goal or something that you want to achieve and there's something in your strategy that is not working for you to achieve that goal, so for instance going out for a morning run, then this is a great question to ask so you can tweak your strategy. So let's use the example of a morning run. What could I do differently? So let me just write that down. What could I do differently for the instance of doing a morning run? Or doing your morning routine? Well, I could wake up earlier, for instance. So it's just jolting your thinking to think of ways to tweak your strategy. So for the example of running, or it could be anything, okay? Not necessarily running, but I've just chosen this as a specific example. But it could be going, sorry about my writing, going to bed early. Going to bed early to wake up early. Alright, so I hope that makes sense there. So it's a really great question to ask yourself when you're coaching yourself to achieve a certain goal by changing or tweaking your strategy. Okay, so the fifth header you want to include is your These are basically how you felt in the last 24 hours or what are the beliefs that you have. So let me give you some examples. Emotion states are pretty similar. So let's say I felt stressed in the last 24 hours. Okay. So I felt stressed, and that's you recording how you felt. Remember, this is about you being more self-aware of your own emotions, how you're feeling. Okay. So you might want to say emotions, beliefs. So I was stressed. Okay. Another one could be your beliefs. So for instance, or it could be, let's pick another example. I was feeling very anxious. Okay. So this could be a belief as well. So I was feeling very anxious around speaking with people. Okay. So that's a belief. Anxious around people. So if that's a belief, you could say, well, I would like to be more confident. Okay. So basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to understand what emotions you felt, what beliefs you had at the time, and how you could change those beliefs. So if you're going from anxious, you could be confident. So I hope this is making sense for you. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments below. The next subheader you want to include, this is the last subheader, is what are you going to do in the next 24 hours? Okay, so the next 24 hours. Okay, so you want to write down the things that you're going to do in the next 24 hours. What I've written here is the things that you're going to do in the next 24 hours. I write down five items. Any more than 5 items, it makes it unrealistic from my experience to do any more than that. If you want to, you can do, but normally what I do, I've included 3 items here just for examples. Write down 5 action things that you want to do, and then on the next column you write down outcome. So what you're trying to achieve as a result of this action statement. So let me give you an example. I've got here as an action statement, wake up at 6 o'clock for morning run. That's the action. The outcome is for me to feel productive and have more energy. Okay. I'll give you another example. Action, read book for 30 minutes. Outcome, gain knowledge of the stock market. That's the outcome. Another one I've got here is to do housework. That's an action statement, an action thing I'm going to do. The outcome is to have a tidier kitchen. So I hope you're getting the point, is that you want to write down what the action is that you're going to be doing and what the outcome is. So the next thing you want to do, once you've written out your actions and your outcomes, you want to visualize or imagine yourself doing these action statements, these action items. What that does is it plants it in your subconscious, so then that way when you go to do those things, it almost becomes semi-automatic. So you're visualizing or imagining yourself doing those things. And that is pretty much it. That is the NLP style of journaling. It is a method that I use. I use this along with my morning pages and using OneNote, which I'll explain in the next section in a moment. So I'm just on my phone right now. I've got the OneNote app downloaded, so I'm going to click onto that. Okay, so I'm in, and here we go. So you can, with OneNote, you can create as many sections and notes as you want. So I've got here quick notes, section 1, section 2. I can also put a section 3 here. Now, I must admit, I'm not the most organised person, so you might want to look up on a tutorial on how to use OneNote. I'm sure there's plenty out there. So what I've done here is you can literally put any other, when you click onto those sections, you can put other notes and you can put other subsections as well if you like. So as you can see here, I've got a number of different pages here, from journaling to YouTube learning. These are all examples I've just put in here, as you can probably see from some of the writing. So you can really make of it as much as you want. So I hope you found this video on journaling for mental health, creativity and productivity helpful for you. I'd be very keen to know what method of journaling that you'll be using, or if you have your own, and just let me know, and that would be very good to see what you're doing. If you can please do me a big favour, please subscribe to my channel, please like my video, and also please just share the word about what I do and how it can help others. And until then, until the next video, have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, bye.